Eli, I was just interested, does this feel different for you now in terms of just like comfort in the offense, going out and make plays, not thinking about either the playbook or your body, just going out and being a football player?
Yeah, it feels a lot different. It's something that kind of feels anxious to me, being healthy and being under an offense that I've been comfortable with. So I'm definitely playing a lot of confidence and just a free mind finally. So it feels really good.
And it's just the offense, just big picture with Coach Denbrock, it's year 2, but some things are different. Does the offense feel different, or does it feel like kind of picking up where you guys left off last year?
I mean, the offense isn't really any different. There's some new stuff he adds, but I'm really feeling really comfortable, feeling really confident, and it's a good feeling. Just playing free and just not having to think about a ton of stuff while I'm out there. So.
Anybody with questions? Raise your hand. Get your mic. Go ahead, right here. Right up here, Eli. Go ahead, Angelo.
Eli, Coach Freeman talked about the quarterback room. Who's impressed you there in terms of the way guys have picked themselves up and played with new opportunities, kind of behind you?
Yeah, I would say there's not specifically one guy. All 3 of them have had moments where you're like, oh my gosh, like they're doing great, and they're all continuing to get better. And all 3 of those guys are great, and I don't know where it's headed, but they're all doing really good things, and whoever it is going to do a good job. So,
Not asking you to give your preference on the quarterback, but how hard do you feel the decision is for the coaching staff to make a decision with the way that those 3 guys are playing?
Yeah, extremely hard. They're all playing at a very high level, and if I were to make a decision, I wouldn't know who to pick either. So, yeah, it's definitely a hard decision for them, and whoever it is will do a good job.
Eli, we're going to go over to your far left, Tyler James.
Hey, Eli, a lot of different linemen have taken reps this spring. What's it been like to see how they've handled different bodies going in and out there and the way they've sort of maintained a high level of success?
Yeah, it's been cool to see all the young guys, all the freshmen. They're doing a good job. They're physical guys, have good mindsets. Obviously, Sully, we talked about him earlier. He's playing everywhere. We're kind of low on bodies, but they've done a really good job filling in roles that they haven't played before, and they're doing a good job this spring. So.
And then to have some practices after today, what's the focus for you to try to finish the spring?
Yeah, just continue to do what I'm doing and just getting better, staying in the same mindset, even though spring game is over, and just continue to get better every day.
Eli, coming back to your right side, Eric Hansen.
Eli, I got one for you. Kevin Bowman, can you speak to what it's meant to have him back on the team and what he's been able to accomplish this spring?
Yeah, he is the leader in our tight end room. He's been here for a long time, overcame some really hard stuff that I'm familiar with. He's one of my best friends, and I can't tell you how happy I am to have him coming back. And, he does great things in our room, super vocal, and he's kind of the centerpiece of our room, so I'm really happy to have him back.
Luke, those back-to-back goal line stops, do you go into that thinking I'm just not going to let him score here? Or what's your mindset during those 2 plays?
Yeah, I think it was kind of a situation where just during the spring game we don't have a ton of ends, so we're running what we can, and so I was just just fill the gap. Our mindset down at the goal line is plant the flag, so we don't want to get them in, and so I just tried to fill the hole and do my job.
So obviously a lot of young safeties competing for playing time right now. How do you feel like that competition makes you better?
Oh yeah, it makes all of us better. I think none of us are really too worried about who's a starter or anything right now. We're just all focusing on getting better and just owning what we can, taking advantage of our opportunities, and yeah.
Questions? Anybody? Raise your hand. We good? Okay. Go ahead with John Bryce first. Go ahead. Right down in front there, Luke.
Luke, I know you've still got 3 practices left, but as you get near the end of it, first of all, what do you hope to get out of having 3 more practices after having the spring game a little earlier? And then what do you see now near the end of spring as the biggest differences in Chris Ash's defense?
Yeah, I don't really know how these next 3 practices are going to go. Coach Freeman joked that we're going to, get our work in, so I'm sure we're going to, get after it still. I don't know how much thumping and pads and physical contact we're going to be doing, but we're obviously he's going to challenge us mentally and things like that, 2-minute like you said, and so yeah, I think just focusing on getting better and taking advantage of those 3 extra practices because they're going to carry over to the summer and the fall. So And then the second part of your question?
Yeah, that was my fault. Just the differences that you've seen over 12 practices in Chris Ash's defense and maybe what you feel like it's enhanced.
Yeah, I think all of us have gotten a lot more familiar with his style and his style of coaching. It's a little different than Coach Golden, but it's good in his own way. And, he's going to push you every single day. He's going to get after you. And, I feel very confident in his ability.
Staying on your right in the front row, Luke, right here, Angelo.
Luke, you might have elicited the biggest reaction from the crowd with your third down goal line stand. I know it's just a blue goal game, but when you hear that crowd erupt like that, what's that feeling like?
Yeah, it's a great feeling, similar to my little pick six I had last year. I kind of like black out. I don't really know what's going on. I don't really hear the crowd, but it's fun to be a part of that. Fun to make plays out on the field, and so it's just good. It's good.
Do moments like that help you then for that next play, give you that little extra juice to then have another goal line stand like you did?
Yeah, I think that's a momentum change. So obviously we had the juice after that one play, and then it was the same play, so I did the same thing and it worked out. So yeah, it was good.